When the leadership and the system fails, a power will rise to seek for justice and redemption. And then the angry young man ideology becomes inevitable. So why is Nnamdi Kanu angry? And why did I call him the, quote, angry young man, end quote? Well, stay with me and you can quickly subscribe before I continue. The acronym angry young man is very peculiar with the Indian Bollywood star Amitabh Bachchan, whose acting persona often depicts a voice for the voiceless, a angry young man who fought for people who belong to the lower cadre in the society, the downtrodden and the vulnerable. He is noted for his very extreme dislike for any corrupt organization or system and boldly condemn such system. Hence, the title of an angry young man was placed under his bed, or given to him if you like. Well, Amitabh Bachchan character is fictional. Made to believe if you like. While Nnamdi Kanu is a living reality of an angry young man. Most of the issues Nnamdi Kanu always highlights and often discussed in his broadcast centered on bad Nigerian government policies, corruption by past and present leaders, and the looting. But you will be surprised to hear that his anger and frustration concerning the looting and corruption amount to just 30%, while 70% is very much about self-identity and determination. Okay, before some people start to criticize me, I like to state that there are a few others in the nation who share the same ideology like Kanu. However, this video is focused on Nnamdi Kanu. Well, let us discuss the looting. The corruption. There's so much corruption, looting, stealing, man no man, party to party, get the best job at NNPC without qualifying for the post. Oil rig distribution, the selling of federal property to those in power, and again buying them with federal government money just because they have access to it. The practice started in the past and still continues, and more in the making during the production of this video. Somebody, Fela once called them international thief. I could write a book on the subject matter, but for the purpose of this video, I will make reference to selected few. And for those doubting Thomases, let me start with Governor of Kano State, Abdullahi Ganduje, who was caught on camera collecting bribe, a valid documentary evidence. Nothing happens. He still the government till, he still the governor till today. Why the slogan of Say Baba continues to be "We are fighting corruption." According to the ongoing report, Ganduje, a governor captured on camera receiving bribe in dollars, will sign a document to terminate the life of one Islamic song artist because of the lyrics of his song Habba. Please stay with me, there's more. The NDDC chairman collapsed on live TV during interrogation by House of Rep committee. Did he collapse? Well, many believe it was staged, managed. Did you hear anything about the investigation again? Case closed. And 642 million and another 536 million still missing. Why many Delta youths are still without jobs? Magnus Oraka, another YouTube content creator, pointed out recently that the looting of Nigerian wealth has become national pride. He said, and I quote, "The thing has become my thief is my thief. Don't do anything to my own because you have your own thief as well and you don't send him to prison." End quote. My thief, meaning from my state, my people. What does the statement tell you? Well, in my opinion, it's all about my tribe, my people. Nobody cares about the nation. Nnamdi Kanu was convicted in 2019 and sentenced to 12 years in prison for 7.65 billion fraud. He was convicted for defrauding the government of Abia State. Nnamdi Kanu will often make reference to it in his broadcast. Did Kanu love his son? His people to a fault? Well, people have argued. Why not if not? Their argument is if Gaduje is still surfing despite the looting, and if the guy who helped Abacha transfer millions into foreign account is not jailed, and now he is demanding a share of the recover Abacha loot, there is no justification for keeping Nnamdi Kanu in the jail, even though he was fraudulent. Do you see where all this is going? Meanwhile, to let you know, Oji is now released after 6 months in prison. According to a report, 9 Mobile was bought by one individual close to or more or less an associate of President Buhari with central bank money, yam money. Atiku was alleged to have bought Nitel at a giveaway price. The book Obasanjo wrote about Atiku contains a lot of his past dirty activities. The looting of customs revenue. Yet, Atiku wants to become your president. In my opinion, danger loom large. Stay with me, let me refocus my lens to Nigerians abroad, in diaspora if you like, and those who live abroad will relate to what I'm about to say. This is a true story. The scene you are about to hear happened to some people I know. Okay, you had a first class in your field and you apply for a job. The company look at your CV and result, very impressive, and thereafter invited you for a phone interview. Everything was going well with you and your interview until when you were asked, what is your nationality? And you answered, Nigeria. There was a long pause. And somebody later said bluntly to you, we can't hire you because you are a Nigerian. How will you feel? Another Nigerian traveled to Malaysia for a master's degree, I think at International Islamic University, Malaysia. During admission processes, he stays off campus with his fellow Nigerian in a rented flat. Then one weekend, the police came raiding. Why? Because some few Nigerians did some bad stuff, but you did not know anything about it. Also, some few Nigerians again started dating Malaysian girls, and they were bragging about it, and the Malays don't like it. That explains why the police deliberately targeted Nigerians, and when they came into your flat, the scrutiny begins. After the searching and the embarrassment, you will be surprised to hear what the senior police officer said, and I quote, "Your ambassador here in Malaysia told us not to allow you people to come here, that you will spoil the country. End quote. Wow. On will record you. Lobaton. You no finish. Your embassy, your country ambassador, who is supposed to be your custodian abroad, those who are supposed to be in charge of your welfare, now condemn you and stab you at your back. So, what do you expect from Malaysian police? That said, the name of the country is not in the good book of so many people because of the dent or stain, if you like. However, again, I like to state that there are other few Nigerians outside who are making the country very proud. While for those committing crime, no tribes want to accept responsibilities. You see, your politicians are sealing at home. No infrastructures, no accountability. And your image is crashed outside, making you to lose valuable opportunities abroad. In another development, you'll be surprised to hear this. Some women don't want to date Nigerian again, but they love and want Nigerian money. On with the. So, what does the angry young man want? Well, Kanu said it several times during his broadcast. He wants Biafra. He wants to secede. And why not if not? You can't force people to be together. More so when the contraction called Nigeria was built on shaky ground and lies. Above all, Kanu said nothing binds us together as a people, not culture, nor tradition, and not even language. Though it sounds very blunt, however, in my opinion, it is the truth. Perhaps if Nigeria have one language, it would have been better. But no, sir. No national lingua franca, which is very key to nation building. And the elders, vis-a-vis looting, stealing, and nepotism, already tore the nation apart. Again, the invasion and occupying of certain farms land by Hausa Fulani herdsmen is not helping the matters. And because of the killing of Christians in the northern part of the nation by Fulani herdsmen, 80% of the people share the notion that the country is about to be captured by Islam. Well, this is the reality on ground in Nigeria as of today, with Fulani herdsmen moving around with AK-47 and kidnapping for ransom, particularly in the southern part of the nation. Meanwhile, this development have triggered the initiation of Amotekun, a Yoruba security network, because Buhari is not ready to provide security for them. Now the Yoruba are now clamoring for, or rather demanding for, Odua nation. Okay, here comes the best part. Start investing, stock investing. And please note, not forex trading. To know more, subscribe. You will see more of my videos on how to start stock investing for capital gains and dividend yield. Remember, the goal is to generate wealth, build companies, and create jobs. Bye now. See you soon.